Here in Honolulu, Hawaii, at the annual meeting of the American Psychiatric Association, a study was presented that looked at problem gambling and pathological gambling in a large cohort of U.S. veterans receiving VA care. Dr. Westermeyer, can you tell me what your messages are for primary care doctors, what they should be looking for, what kind of risk factors in this population?
Sure. Well, first of all, looking for problem gambling is a good thing to do, because the rate of problem gambling is about 5 times higher than the rate of pathological gambling, and it's useful to think of making interventions early when people are just beginning to have problems, rather before they get the whole syndrome. So they're going to see more problem gamblers than pathological gamblers, so screening is worthwhile. About 10% of all veterans in VA care have either problem gambling or pathological gambling, so it's, in terms of numbers, it's a pretty healthy number. Specific demographic characteristics, I would say, would involve younger veterans in their 20s, women as well as men. They should inquire, especially younger women. And at least there's some evidence to suggest that if people have been in combat and young, that maybe that would be a risk factor too, to ask them about gambling habits.
Okay. And one other thing you talked about was sort of the current situation with veterans, and you also looked at a population and did an analysis where you predicted sort of the future. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Well, the current veterans in care don't include a lot of women and young people in their 20s. So we oversampled them. They're the people who are going to be the VA's patients in another decade or two. So the current body of veterans in care are mostly in their 40s and 50s. Problem gambling and pathological gambling does occur in those groups, but it's somewhat less frequent. So it looks as though in the future, another decade or two, we're going to be facing a lot more problem and pathological gambling in our veterans than we are today.
This has been Damian McNamara reporting from Honolulu, Hawaii.